Guys, deluded Guna YouTube's N'Golo Kante. So it's a worst, probably the worst kept secret in football, apart from Alexis Sanchez wanting to leave Arsenal. That I like youth players. I've told you guys for many times about Jadon Sancho, man. Watford days, City days. You've obviously seen him battling up under 18s and 23 level, and in the youth champs. I've seen him do a madness at the World Cup for the under 17s, which he had to depart early, that they ultimately won. He shunned for the Euros at under 17s. So I like to see him, man. Similar to how I saw Sterling's come up from the QPR and Victory Shield days to now City and on the verge of winning Prem. I'm happy to see Sancho doing this thing. Got his second start yesterday against Hertha Berlin, obviously. Yeah, 17 years of age. This is exactly why he moved. I mean, City, it would have been a good place for him to learn under Pep, but realistically, you're just one of the many there. There's several players there that are young and talented, several players that are young and talented that are on a higher level, the likes of Sterling, Sane and all of them. You've got Bernardo Silva, you've got several players to compete, and you'll train with the first team, be around, you might even get some call-ups, but you're not involved like that. So you can forgive him for wanting to leave, to be honest with you, and care about his development. I mean, what better I know he had interest from Arsenal and several other clubs. Selfish point of view, I would have loved him. But you can't fault him for picking Dortmund. You've seen Dortmund, how they play young players, how even if it's not young players, if it's, I don't want to say unknown because that's rude, but unknown players, Kagawa, Lewandowski, Aubameyang, he weren't really unknown, but he weren't rated. So whether you're not really rated, whether you've not really had the best of starts to your career, whether you're a young player, you can go to Dortmund and they'll refurbish and train you. Now, it wasn't plain sailing. Of course, he's going to need time to adapt and get used to his surroundings. So he's very much in the youth side, training with the first team, getting a couple call-ups here and there. And a lot of football experts were saying, oh, why didn't he stay at the under-17s World Cup final if he isn't going to play? This is bad for his development. It shows what geniuses know, because like I said, he started his second game last year against last night against Hertha Berlin. Done his thing. He got an assist. No exaggeration. He was the best player in regards to Dortmund on that pitch. Constantly, his movement for a 17-year-old is amazing. It can improve, but the way he likes to hold on the last shoulder, and I don't know if Kagawa was trusting him or not, but he made a lot of runs and no one was trying to hit it into that channel. You needed someone to be a bit brave in possession. Weigl saw it a couple of times and didn't do it either. He was coming in deep. He was constantly looking like a threat whenever he's getting the ball. I like how he plays 1-2s. I like his movement. The movement for me is the most impressive thing. It's so mature for a 17-year-old. And it's scary that he's 17 now. He looks like he's going to get a run into the side. And then what's he going to look like at 18, 19, 20, 21? He's going to be some sort of player. Like, he's going to be challenging. He could even move back to City and challenge the likes of Sterling. He's definitely going to get an England cap soon. I'm even hearing some people say he's a wild card for the a World Cup place. Now, of course, I mean, if you asked him, of course he'd want to go to the World Cup. And I'd want him to on the basis that he's a young pro as well. You want to see them do the best. But on the same logic, I'd also not want him to, because you know how these people are. They'll build you up. Same rope you climb upon, same rope they'll hang you with if it doesn't go to plan. And I rate the Dortmund move for already. He's being allowed to develop in relative seclusion and quietness. Of course, with social media and football experts, there's only so much you can do. But it's definitely less under the microscope than he would at City, where everybody's got every 30-second turn, there's some clip of him doing skills. He's doing his thing. I like the way he showed courage yesterday as well. For me, he was actually let down several times by his teammates because he was being hit poor passes. He was trying to play 1-2s, it weren't working. And obviously the assist, lovely bit of skill to confidence away from home to hit them step overs. It rebounded. He kept it in play. Kagawa, he fed in Kagawa, he crossed it in. Kagawa, unmarked, scored the header. And it's important to note that this is away from home as well. He's an inner city London boy, so nothing's going to scare him, to be fair. But he's away from home in a country he doesn't know for his new club, and he's shunned at 17. It's sink or swim, and he did his thing. 2 starts in a row. Definitely deserves his place for the next game at least. So yeah, in the next 1, 2, 3 years, he's going to be scary. I'm keen to see what he looks like at 20, man. He's going to be scary, man. And because of Dortmund's recent trajectory in that they sell their players, I'd love to see where he ends up, because wingers like him are dying out. Wingers that actually like to take a man on, and that's him. He's scary. And you look at Oxford's having a decent year. Gladbach of late, he's got into the side finally. Reece Nelson's contract's running down. I'd love him to stay at Arsenal. I think Arsenal's a good place for him to develop. But I mean, you're seeing his best friend or one of his closest friends in football getting a lot of football at Dortmund. If I was Nelson, and as someone that wants to see Nelson develop, I can't lie, you should consider possibly going to Dortmund or somewhere else. At the end of the day, it's about playing football. And more important to that, it's about a team that trusts you and want to mould you. Arsenal want to do that for Nelson, but he's just realistically one of many. He's the outstanding candidate, but he's fighting with... I know we've let a lot of players go, so it doesn't make sense, but you get where I'm going. There's several first-team footballers there. I don't know why he won't play. Added to that, you're seeing your boy start in his actual position in the top division in Bundesliga, but then Arsene Wenger got you playing right back. I know that will help your defensive arts of the game and things like that, but I'd be a fool if I wasn't advising him to consider all of it. But yeah, man, Guys, Deluded Guna, YouTube's N'Golo Kante. Just thought, let me just chat about Jadon Sancho real quick. I'm out. Get in the comments, subscribe, and do the rest. Thank you for watching, of course.